I believe in taking 1-year goals and cramming them into 30 days. Most people struggle to make 6 figures, and everybody gets in the insurance industry and it's like, bro, who would like to make 6 figures consistently? Okay, be honest. Okay, maybe you haven't yet. That's okay. Okay, Erin already does, but that's all right. Okay, but she's still like, bro, I want to keep it up. Okay, I want to make 6 figures. Okay, well, most people get in the industry and they say, I want to make $100,000 my first year. The problem is, whether you're watching from South Africa or LA, the problem is the goal is, and you don't hit it, the problem is the goal is too small. You don't hit it because the goal's too big. You don't hit it because the goal's too small. Like, well, Cody, I don't understand that. What do you mean? You don't hit it because it's too small. It doesn't keep your attention. There's no urgency. There's no work ethic. There's no focus. There's no creativity. It's 365 days. You lose interest. Some of you have lost interest a couple times today, and we've been here for like 2 hours. It's so easy to lose interest. We need to cram 1-year goals into 30-day cycles. We sold over 1,000 tickets to 8% Nation last year. In the whole year last year. In the month of May, our goal was to sell 1,000 tickets in 30 days. We didn't hit it, but we sold more in 1 month than we ever sold before. That's the point. Dude, I'm okay with failure if it pushes me a lot farther to where I want to be. Some of us are like, dude, I can't set stuff that's unrealistic. I can't set stuff that's too big. I can't set stuff I'm not going to hit. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe you should. I give our team targets and goals and projects that most teams it would take them a month or 2 to release. And I tell them, hey, we're releasing it in 72 hours. I'm like, bro, do you realize how much work this is going to be? Probably not, but we're doing it anyway. Extreme urgency. Say aye if you have more extreme urgency. Number 3, total obsession. You need one main target. Totally obsessed. In April of this year, I had like a dozen goals. I still violate my own beliefs accidentally all the time. I had like a dozen targets in April. I checked off a few. But what if I'd have just had one and got totally obsessed with it? Right now, we're not too far off from getting 2,000 seats sold to 8% Nation this year. That is one main target that we're pushing for. That's one. It's the hardest thing I've ever done by far. We push, I have to think about it 14 million times a day. And push and spend and do whatever it takes. But it's one main target. Some of us are like, bro, I want to do this. I want to do that. I'd like to do this. I'd love to do that. I think it'd be cool to do this. I kind of like to be Jesse, Tony, and Roger wrapped up all into one. Dude, just be you and get really good at whatever it is you want to achieve. You become obsessed enough with one target, you'll hit it. I made $117,391.13 in my first 8 months at 20 years old. Not because I had 42 goals or because I was, incredibly smart or great at sales. I had one target, and I said every day I'm going to hit this target. You get obsessed enough with one target, you say every day I'm going to hit it, guess what? You'll hit it. Say aye if you need to be more obsessed. Aye. Number 4, pay to solve problems. Pay to solve problems. We recently hired a coach for $46,000 for our team. I may hire another one that I'm looking at. He's even more. He'll probably be like 60, 70, 80 grand for our team and me. Because there's one specific problem that when we solve it, this whole thing gets freaking nasty in a good way. It gets crazy, Brandon. Like it blows up. Well, guess what? A lot of us will spend $46,000 on college. I'm not saying college is bad, but I'm saying we'll spend $46,000 for college per year. And we won't go to class, we'll sleep in, we'll skip school, we won't take our projects seriously, we hate our teachers, we're like, this sucks, why am I doing this? And then we do it anyway. I'm not saying it's bad because it ain't bad, but at least, if I'm gonna do it, I'm at least gonna go to Harvard or network or use my degree or make it worth it. How many people went to college and you don't use your degree today? We can invest $46,000 a year in college, but Brandon, we can never spend $46,000 on our business. That's a dumb way of thinking. It's a small way of thinking. I'm not saying it's bad, but if you can do that and waste it, because most people waste it, at least you can do is put it into business. Least you can do is put it into you. Least you can do is think differently. Say aye if you need to pay to solve problems. Less eyes, by the way. Some are like, bro, you're asking me to spend money. That don't fly in my household, bro. We save. We hoard. We're hoarders. We don't spend. If spending got you ahead, you'd spend more. Yeah. I spend ridiculous amounts more than I ever did. But guess what? I scale with speed. I move quicker. I accomplish more. I learn more. And we do more. You'll love the next one. Number 5, focus on revenue. No, Cody, come on. Expenses are important. Guess what? Expenses have a floor. Revenue has no ceiling. Yep. Think about that for a second. Expenses have a floor. You can only get rid of so many expenses. You can only get rid of so many expenses. Revenue has no ceiling. Stop spending hours every single week worried about what you're spending money on, because you could have made more. Just increase the top line. I'm not saying that you should just freely spend ridiculous amounts of insane, stupid amounts of money on stuff that you're never going to do or use or whatever. But I'm saying you need to be focused more on growing the revenue line. So many businesses went out of business during COVID. They went out of business during COVID. They didn't get creative. They didn't do whatever it took. They're just like, bro, I'm just laying people off and I'm closing the thing. I'm out. I'm done. Dude, I don't know about you, but I don't want to throw in a towel. I'm not a quitter. Because there's always another level. The more you tight squeeze money, listen to this one. The more you tight squeeze money, the less likely it will flow to you. The more you tight squeeze it. Some of you are like, bro, I'm uncomfortable. You're welcome. You're supposed to be uncomfortable. If I get up here and talk and you're like just all rosy and happy and it's like, oh, this is amazing. I'm so positive. But you don't do anything. Who cares? What did we accomplish? We put you in a good mood. Fantastic. The more you tight squeeze money, the less likely it will flow to you. Stop squeezing and holding on to money. Let it flow. It'll come back. Number 6, never hire average. I didn't get an I for focus on revenue. Who agrees with me? I? Aye. Some of you still don't. Or are you just tired of saying I? Bro, if you're tired of saying I already, just wait till you start making cold calls. Wait till you start calling people, right? Sorry. Number 6, never hire average. If you allow mediocrity, mediocre people, salespeople on your teams, mediocre staff people, whatever, I can promise you they'll piss in your Cheerios, they'll pollute the pool, and you'll end up with a bad batch of whatever. John Maxwell, there's a story in his book, Developing the Leaders Around You, on page 4. In that book, he took over Skyline Wesleyan Church in San Diego, California in 1981. From 1969 to 1981, someone else pastored the church. He took over the church in 1981. They had averaged 1,000 members a week the whole time. He took over the church in 1981. This is down in San Diego. We're close. I've never told the story so close to the area. This is amazing. Still never been to San Diego either. Should I go?
Yes.
Dude, I got more yeses for San Diego than I got ayes about your business. That's a big problem. I did too, didn't I, Tony? They're like, aye. Yes, go to San Diego. In 1981, he took over the church. They were averaging 1,000 people for 13 years. He took over the church and he got the staff together. He said, I don't know if you're the staff that's going to get us from 1,000 to 2,000, but we're going to 2,000. He said, I don't know if you're the staff to take us from 1,000 to 2,000, but we're going to 2,000. He did that staff meeting 4 different times over the next 14 years, and they went from 1,000 to 4,000. John Maxwell says that an organization's growth potential is directly related to its personnel potential. An organization's growth potential is directly related to its personnel potential. Some of you need to pay attention to hear this, man. Some of you are in a place where you're like, dude, I don't listen to nobody. I do me. I do whatever I want. When ego and pride gets in the way and you stop being coachable and you stop listening, you stop paying attention, you stop taking notes, I promise you, everything goes downhill. I don't know about you, but I would rather be John Maxwell at this point than the current Cody Askins. Who's the premier guru on leadership in the world. Say if you're gonna eventually when you do hire, or if you're already hiring, you're gonna stop hiring average people that just lay around all the time. Average people lay around. Hey, if you enjoyed this, I got another one you're gonna love. It's right there. Click on it. See you in there. So we've had a lot of unlicensed agents finding us, following our stuff, or newly licensed, just joining the business, and you're thinking dude, what is the life insurance career like? What's an insurance career like overall? Well, I want you to think about the vision.